Hi. Today we are going to speak about the quorum. Yeah, what is quorum in a meeting? There should be minimum number of persons to attend the meeting. So such meeting members who need to attend, who need to be there to pass a resolution, pass any decision in a meeting. Such number of persons to be present is defined in quorum. So, what is the total quorum? What total number of members to be there in any meeting? 1/3 of the members to be present. The board meeting 1/3, that is 33% of the meeting, or 1/3 we can see whatever of the meeting member present, or 2 whichever is higher. It is apply for all company. It's all company. Whichever is higher. If I have a company, there is a 12 director. 12 director 1/3 is 4. As per the law, 2 directors should be there. Whichever is higher, 4. So for every meeting, there should be minimum 4 directors should be present for the quorum to authorize this meeting. In this case, if a meeting were there, a director is attending a point of audio visual mode, that is Zoom call or Google chat or Google video call, he is coming out. Is that he is considered as the quorum? Yes. Second thing, total director. If in this case all the director out of the board, most of them, at least more than 2/3 of the director became ineligible or more than interested. So what can I do? Rather, they can in that case, the continuing director can also come. In the case of private company, a continuing director who is interested even can come into the meeting. They can be present for the meeting, but they can't vote. For the part of quorum in the private company, they can be taken. What if in the case of public company? The total core director, out of which interested director exceed the 2/3 of the limit in ineligible, additional director need to be appointed in a EGM. Then after they need to be, the meeting can be conducted. Unless and until additional director is appointed, interested director can't be a part of a quorum and the meeting can't be done. For the appointment of additional director in EGM, and the interested director can be appointed. Yes, he can be appointed for the appointment. After the appointment of additional director only, they can pass the meeting for the interested party. This has been on. For some time we have the director, but the interested directors there in the public meeting. Can they vote? No. So, but we have directors who are not interested, but they are not available at the time of the meeting. What they can do? They can adjourn the meeting. So adjourn. What is adjourn? The same meeting will be conducted in the next week of the same day, but it can't be conducted as per on the national holiday is as per act. But it's oversees the other act, that is the act clearly says the meeting can be conducted on any day, anytime, anywhere, but only the process we need to have the minutes book to be signed by the director. Other than that, they can attend anywhere. So this point will be overseen. So, but next week they can have minimum 7 days. If the 7 days is not there, the meeting is be given adjourned to 7 days. Before the 7 days, they need to have the meeting. Means what is the procedure. The voting procedure totally different. So any independent director need to be present in that meeting to approve the meeting, or the meeting need to be that decision taken there to be reported to the given to the independent director. He need to ratify the meeting. If he ratify the meeting, then it's the decision can be passed. The other thing, the same thing I will say, because this is an example. In a company there is 12 directors, out of the quorum is 4 director present in each meeting, interested party is 0. So quorum as per private company quorum is there. Is there any problem? No. As per a private company, there's no problem. Public company, yes. So interest about is 0, so there is no problem, they can carry on. 174.3, this is the case. I will come to this part later. Who can vote, who cannot vote in a private company? In the case of Section 8 company, the company is a non-profit company. The quorum shall be 25% of all the directors or 8, whichever is lesser. So whichever is lesser is not that. For example, if I come a director in this Section 8 company, I have 16 directors. Out of which 25% is 1/4 is 4 directors should be present. So the quorum shall be 4 directors, not 8 directors, whichever is less. So 4 or 8, whichever is less is 4. 4 directors more than enough to conduct a meeting. Even if the AOA gives a higher limit, this section can't apply because the government has given a company to in the past they have a part in the AOA to have a higher director. If they have so, they can have so. The quorum must be if any decision has been taken without the quorum and the AOE is higher and they taken as per the act also, the whatever the decision taken is invalid, the meeting need to be adjourned to the next week. What if all the directors are interested? All the directors, not in a single director is not interested. Every director interested in a transaction, they have to take a decision. What they can do? They have two options. As per the act, they can take this decision to shareholder. If the shareholder approve the decision, they can take it. If not, what they can appoint an additional director. For appointing the additional director as per the quorum, and such decision can be taken by the additional director. Enter meeting, quorum for every meeting. What if a transaction is there? Maybe this may be taken by consideration. There are totally 3 directors. Example, 3 directors, and every directors are interested. If the company can decide, like I can appoint a meeting where A, B, C. Out of this A, B, C, each director will be given not be present, but other 2 directors can approve this transaction. All the directors are interested. For every separate resolution has been passed for authorizing the other director. Is it possible? No. If every party is interested, every parties can't attend. Okay, they should not create a new circumstances for appointing or and every transaction is void, and it should be penalized if they pass such a 25,000. I said now. Quorum for committee meeting. For constitution authority, all the directors should be present. Yeah, if the quorum is not there, all the directors should be present, not a single director. Without an order, it should be adjourned for next meeting. All the directors should come for the quorum for committee meeting. If not, the quorum will be adjourned. Meeting will be adjourned for the next week.